All right. What's up, guys and gals? Troy ATXRC Productions here. ATX Drone Space. Just here as just some dude today, man. Really exciting, kind of. A lot of talk going around, especially over the weekend because of News Dump Friday, like the NFL likes to do. The FAA kind of dropped some bombs about making an announcement today. And so some speculation had gone on. Really, man, really rampant this morning as people were searching the web trying to find links to different stuff. They were finding links to registration spots and blah, blah, blah. So what are we talking about? The FAA today had an announcement about drone regulation or registration. I'm sorry. See, even I there made the mistake. Today's news conference had nothing to do about laws, regulation, tracking, or even 333s, to be honest. They mentioned a few of those things, but only in responses to questions. Today was an announcement about a process and a registration process, which is going to quickly take effect, which is not in effect as of today. In fact, some other interesting points made that you could have gleaned from the words that were being spoken were that not even the 333 exemption rules are technically fully solidified. So, what did this conference do, or what was it? I personally think it was great. I don't think it was perfect. I don't think anything they could have done would have been perfect, but I think that what they tried to accomplish, they really tried to accomplish. Basically, they just announced that we will be having to register our drones. They said that they're going to make this retroactive, so if you own a drone, you will technically be on the hook for going and registering. They said that they'd like to have everything kind of hammered out and working in a direction to try to get everything solidified and start the registration process in mid-December. That was based off of I think November 20 or end of November date for having everything kind of starting to kind of get the recommendations from the panelists. AMA was there. The International UAV, I don't want to mess it up, but the heavily involved International Organization for Unmanned Vehicles was there. The Pilots Association presidents and all that were there. Some other folks were there. To me, it really was, like I said, just the beginning. They announced no laws. They were asked about geofencing, not a part of what they're trying to do. They are simply trying to say if you are, first of all, of age, which you're supposed to be a certain age to be able to buy a consumer model drone or even some of the other drones, that you are of age, so you are going to present some sort of identification in this registration process. It's not a bad thing, guys. Like, it has to start somewhere. So us simply signing up and saying, look, we've seen a website that says what AGL is. We understand what a multi-rotor or drone is capable of. We understand where not to fly and where to fly. They also talked about their app, which I found interesting. I find it interesting that this beta tested app could very easily be linked into a registration. It could also very easily be linked into, let's say, the device app that you are using with specific drones like the DJI units and like the 3DR Solo that all use an app. What if the FAA app were part of this? What if when you opened up for me, my 3DR Solo app, it automatically kind of clicked over and said, oh, here's your FAA report for today in your area. Boom, 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 boom. That would actually be pretty cool, I think. Now, look, somebody's going to say, I don't want to have to go and click this and this and this every time I fly. Sorry, buddy. If you want to fly, that's what you're going to do. Now, this again is just for in generality. You want a consumer drone a commercial drone that you don't have to worry about clicking off. Yes, I've checked the weather today. Yes, nobody's in the area. Yes, I've done a pre-flight maintenance check. Boom, that took 10 seconds on your tab to tap. Well, that's fine. You're a commercial guy. You should have your own huge checklist anyways. My little 3 checks on the screen shouldn't matter. But you and your drone will be fine. You will operate it under, I'm sure, some commercial guidelines. Again, this is not guidelines. These are not rules. These are not laws. These are not regulations. Words that people use when talking about drones, which, again, guys, they're drones. An amazing thing that they actually really did do, not amazing, but one of the great things that they did do at this press conference was, if you really, really paid attention, nobody really used the word drone. They used it 2 times prior to the actual questioning. Once the media asked questions, guess what they used? The word drone. And you instantly saw that the guys answering the questions were then out of reaction using the word. So I thought that was really good that they were trying to very specifically say that this was aircraft models. These were model aircrafts that are going to be regulatory, or not regulatory. See, I'm using the wrong words. Even I do it. Are going to be registered, needed to be registered, which makes you start thinking that any flying vehicle over, like they said, specific constraints. So they're going to kind of come up with some rules. We all hope that it's going to be a sub 800 grams or something that'll allow the micro and mini FPV copters that really don't provide much danger to airspace as much as they provide danger to actually people on the ground, to be honest. We're hoping that all of that stuff will be kind of considered toy grade or exempt from this. We can expect that anything above 300 millimeters is going to be registered, because that puts every consumer model in that, kind of framework. Not to say somebody's going to come out with a 280 that'll, be GPS and all that like they already do and say, oh, this is the next, whatever. Anyways, I don't know what this video today was about, other than I just wanted to kind of have my reaction to it. I think it was great. I don't think there was any real negativity about it. They came out and said, look, we're going to start asking you guys to register. We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it together with all the people on stage. And it's not any law that we're asking for right now. We just want to be able to connect the dots. But more importantly, they wanted access to the buyer, the information they need to safely fly. That's what we all want. We all want to bitch about the guy over up the street that's flying and doesn't have a clue, but then you get hounded and you've been flying for years and you want to say, oh, I'm not that guy. Okay, this proves it. This allows that if you buy it, you're going to know before you fly it, apparently. Nothing's going to be perfect. They're not going to be able to do everything. My hope to the community, and I ask that my fellow pilots with common sense and logic and deduction just accept this. We're not going to change that. We're going to have to eventually register drones. What we can do is start shaping and melding who's involved on the next step. Get involved locally. Get involved any way you can with any organization that has a hand in this. Be smart. Quit fighting about the word drone. It's done. It's gonna happen. It's over. It's here. Okay? Who cares? You spend more time arguing about the word drone, less time going out and flying, and when a guy says, oh, you got a drone? Yes, I sure do. I prefer to call it multi-rotor, but that's okay. Would you like to come over and take a look at it? Sure. But don't be that guy, man. You're not helping progress the industry, progress our hobby and our commercial industry that we have the potential for. This registration is not a catch-all. You don't have to do a 333. This is simply identification. If your quad falls out of the air and hits somebody, they'll be able to take the serial number and find out whose it is. That's all. Do I believe that down the road transponder or electronic identification will come into play? Absolutely. We know it will. But this isn't Big Brother, guys. Again, if you're doing nothing wrong, if you're abiding by the rules, if you're abiding by the safety protocols, this does nothing but over time will get the public, hopefully, to understand that we know what we're doing and that this is just commonplace. That even they can walk in and get information and be satisfied that the people flying around them or the other people flying these things have the information they need. AGL, above ground level. Proper limitations and where you can and can't fly. Why it's important to calibrate a compass and what a compass does should definitely be involved on Know Before You Fly. GPS, how it works and why it works and when it won't work, again, should be in this Know How to Fly. And just an app that's connected to the devices eventually, I'm sure is going to happen. You're going to open up your DJI app and it's going to say FAA regulations today say you cannot fly in these areas. And then geofencing will come in down the road, blah, blah, blah. Again, you're doing commercial work. This is all has really nothing to do with you other than your, side stuff. And I'm still sure you're going to have to register, but no regulations, no nothing. That's not what this is about. You're going to still be able to do commercial work. Just like people that do commercial work in other industries can be exempt from certain things, we will. So, I don't know. I just wanted to get out there and chat about it. You guys, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook. You know my profile, but also come find me at ATXRC Productions on Facebook, ATX Drone Space on Facebook, the YouTube channel where you're going to find this, youtube.com, ATXRC Productions. Yeah, man, I'm actually going to go out and go try to catch a couple quick flights of my FPV rig. Exciting stuff, man. I mean, progress. We got to have progress. So don't spend today or the next weeks or whenever arguing and fighting about this. It's here. Figure out how you can get involved and how you can make a difference and affect the community and affect us in this industry. Spend the day talking about it, talking about registration, not regulation. Registration, not regulation. Twice in this video, I made that mistake myself. We all make mistakes. That's how caught up in this drone thing we all are. Anyways, guys, fly safe, fly smart, fly DJI, fly 3DR, fly unique, fly something. Just fly. Cool? Peace.